Shalom, shalom, brothers and sisters, shalom. Welcome to today's word. We are reading Genesis chapter 16, the story of Ishmael and Hagar. We see that Abraham stayed in Hebron for 10 years, and within that period of 10 years, he did not have a child to inherit his property. God had promised Abraham that he would bless him, that he would have so many offspring that they would not be numbered. But with the course of time, we see that his wife Sarai took his servant Hagar, his maid servant Hagar, and took her to Abraham, so that Abraham would get offspring through Sarai. Abraham agreed, and Hagar became pregnant. And when she saw that she was pregnant, pride came, and she was proud, and he started now mistreating his servant Sarai, feeling proud that she was now pregnant. Sarai felt bad, and she approached her husband Abraham and told her, "You are the one who caused this. Because Hagar is now pregnant, she feels now I am nothing." Abraham told her, "She is before you. She's your servant. Do with her what you want." So Sarai just mistreated Hagar. When she mistreated Hagar, Hagar ran away. And when she was now in the wilderness running away, the angel of the Lord appeared before her and asked her, "Hagar, where are you going?" And she said, "I'm running from my mistress." The angel of the Lord told her to go back. Go back to your mistress and submit. Submit to her. Then the angel told her another promise, that you are going to have a son, and you are to name him Ishmael. And this son, this is what the angel said: "You are now with a child, and you will have a son. You shall name him Ishmael, for the Lord has heard of your misery. He will be a wild donkey of a man. His hand will be against everyone, and everyone's hand against him. And he will live in hostility towards his brothers." So Hagar went back and submitted to her mistress. My brothers and sisters, this is a family that had lived happily and peaceful for many years. God has made promises to them that He's going to bless them, and He had already started blessing them. But along the way, as human, you become impatient. So Sarai became impatient. And in her impatience, she made a mistake. She took her husband, her servant, and asked her husband to produce an heir through her maid. And the maid really indeed got pregnant. When she got pregnant, pride came, and Sarai felt like she was now nothing. When another wife gets pregnant and you are not, you feel like, and she now becomes proud, looking at you like you are nothing. It is a bad feeling. They were in a bad situation. Sarai is not happy. She's complaining to the husband. Abraham doesn't know what to do, because this is a man who is carrying a pregnancy that he has not seen in many years. Now he's seeing a child is on the way. He's seeing an heir, and this is a woman he loves. The woman is now crying. This woman is now seeing me like nothing. Abraham is in between. But then he remembers that this is my wife, and this is just a housemaid. So he tells the housemaid, "Do with her what you want." Though inwardly he feels he doesn't want to lose that child. So Sarai mistreats this woman, and she runs away. And the angel tells her, "Go back and submit." my friend. This family, they tried to help God. God has promised them a child. Instead of waiting, they waited. Indeed, they waited. But God's time is the best. God will try your patience. How long will you wait? God's time is the best. God is never late. You might feel it is late. He might be 4 years late. He might be 5 years late, but he is always on time. Patience pays. In our times, even right now, you can be sick. You have a disease. You have been praying over it. You have visited so many pastors, so many men of God. They have prayed for you. You have met even prayer groups and they have prayed over it. You have attended keshas. You have attended prayer meetings and you feel there is no change. You are not getting better. You run to a witch doctor or to that traditional healer and voila, you are okay. A quick fix. But that quick fix has long repercussions. There's nothing that the devil will give you for free. A witch doctor will just heal you. That healing is just exchanging one demon with another. The demon that has been tormenting you is replaced with another one. There is no permanent healing with a witch doctor. God's healing is the permanent healing, and let us learn to be patient. Sarai made a quick fix of her problem, helping God to solve her problem, but she welcomed a bigger problem which she could not solve. She was unhappy. Her husband was unhappy because her husband was not really ready to lose that child who was coming on the way. But he did it. Some things we can say we are solving some problems in our home, but it is not solving, it's just inviting a problem. Imagine a marriage where you've never had a child, you are barren. Then you ask your husband to bring in another wife, hoping that he will be happy. You are solving a problem. When she gets pregnant, now she is there flaunting the pregnancy in front of you like you are nothing. Now you feel so neglected. You feel you are even nothing. And now your husband loves her even more. Is that a marriage? That is what happened to Sarai. But God was not in the mathematics. It was the work of their own hands, the work of flesh. They were doing it in the flesh. God had promised to give them a son of promise, through which he was going to fulfill his work, his promises, not the work of flesh. Ishmael was not the plan of God. Ishmael was the work of their flesh. The child Isaac was the child of promise and not the child of flesh. Anyway, Ishmael was blessed in his own way. God told Hagar Ishmael was going to be blessed. He was to have many offspring, though with a curse following him, that he was to be, everybody was to, he will be against everyone and everyone was to be against him. Ishmael would live in hostility with his brothers, with everybody would be against him and he would be against everyone. So he would have a son who would not have peace with anybody and nobody would have peace with him. He would live in hostility with everyone. Imagine your child living with the neighbors whom he cannot even have peace with, and the neighbors even will not have peace with him. He will not have peace with anybody. His brothers, nobody will live happily with him. That was the life of Ishmael. Ishmael will be in hostility with everyone, and everyone will be in hostility with him, which means he will live in misery. That was the lot of Hagar for also her part in this marriage. So, what do we learn from this, my sisters? Let us learn to be patient. Let us learn to be patient. When God says he will do it, let us wait on God. However long it takes, he is always on time. He has never been late. We remember Lazarus. Lazarus, when he died, they sent word to Jesus and told him, Jesus, the one you loved is dead. Jesus took 4 days before he went. And by the time he reached, Lazarus was already buried. He told them to remove the rock from the tomb. They said, he's been there 4 days, he's thinking. And they told Jesus, we sent for you early, why didn't you come? If only you would have been here, Lazarus would not have died. But Jesus said, remove the stone. And Jesus resurrected Lazarus. Why? When they thought Jesus was late, he was actually on time. Man's time is not God's time. Let us learn to be patient. God is always on time. Let us not try to assist God. When God says leap, leap. When he says wait, wait. When he says wait, don't try to help him. Or don't try to look for a quick fix. When you have prayed over something, believe and trust that God will do it. Don't run to quick fix things like witch doctors or traditional healers to get quick fix. You will get them, but the repercussions will be too much that you cannot reverse. Some things we may think that we have gotten a solution, but they lead to more problems later. Look at Sarai. She thought she had solved her problem, but she brought problems, jealousy, hatred, and sorrow to herself. Sorrow to herself, sorrow to her husband, when she thought she had fixed her problem. Let us learn to be patient. Let us learn to wait on God and not fix things on our own. Shalom.